Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. Shalawam, 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 Shalawam. Alright, about to get into it. Share the live out real quick. Oh, man. Whew. Shalawam, Shalawam. Alright, so, hey, first and foremost, facing the east towards the holy city, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. It's your brother Yaram Kazak back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit, power, and strength of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Kadash, the true names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, which we call upon by faith. Right? That is the Lashawan Kadash, the Paleo Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew, the holy tongue, the holy language. Yahawah equals he is, he exists. Bahasham, Ba means in, Ha means the, Sham means name. So in the name, Yahawashi, Yahawashi equals he saves, he delivers, he is salvation. So once again, breaking both of those names down, Yah equals he, Hawa equals to be, to exist, or the breath. And then Yahawashi equals he saves. So Yah once again equals he. And Hawashi means to save, to deliver, or is salvation. Right? Then Rakakadash, Rakakadash, Rakah meaning spirit, and Kadash meaning holy. Okay? So those are the proper names. Put it all together. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Right? And if anybody is coming in different names, then honestly they're not coming in the right spirit. All right. So try to give about 2 minutes for brothers and sisters to get up in here. Okay. And then we'll begin the lesson. Let's give it a little bit of time. I got a couple of videos I want to show. All right, man. Okay, algorithm, don't work with me then. Let's share the live out. All right, so we'll just start. Let's go into it. Okay. So I'm gonna play these videos. first one is right here. 1 second. Let's go.
I'm risking everything by telling you this. But after 19 years as a cardiologist treating predominantly black patients, I can't watch another family destroyed by a lie. The CDC says black Americans are 30% more likely to die from heart disease. They blame genetics, diet, stress. They're wrong. And I have the proof they don't want you to see. Last year, a 43-year-old black man came into my ER, chest pain, irregular heartbeat, high blood pressure. His father died at 47 from a heart attack. His uncle at 52. He thought he was next. Standard protocol says put him on statins, blood pressure meds, aspirin therapy for life. So I did something that could end my career. I tested his cellular magnesium levels severely deficient. Just like 87% of the black patients I've tested. The test costs $300. Insurance doesn't cover it. Hospitals don't order it. You know why? Because the pharmaceutical industry makes $28 billion annually treating black heart disease with medications. If we fix the magnesium deficiency, I'm risking everything.
All right. Hey, you said enough. That's it, man. All right. Heart disease, high blood pressure, gout, diabetes, all this type of stuff. Okay. Really, the main cause is your diet, the way that you're eating. So inflammation, right? Because all this stuff that you're eating, the sugars, the meats, the dairy, the starch, we as a nation, we eat high concentrations of these things, man, and we destroy ourselves, right? It turns into sickness. So this individual, he just tested the magnesium levels, which magnesium you can get from coconut water, coconut milk, right? Natural things that's just not polluted, right? Magnesium is like another. It turns into electricity in your body. It gives you energy. Also to clean you out and stuff. So it helps your blood flow better. It helps all your organs, do what they're supposed to do. So if we're low in magnesium, iron, these type of things, potassium, then we're gonna, ultimately not run efficiently. So I'm gonna get a couple scriptures on that. This is Genesis 1:29. And Halalyam said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. Now, if you look at Esau's society, what they're producing predominantly is seedless, right? So you got to ask yourself that question. Is this biblical food? Is this what we supposed to really be eating? And you'll come to the conclusion that no, this stuff is tainted. It's defiled, as the scriptures state that we will eat defiled bread amongst the heathen, right? So with that being said, what can you really do about it? Just pray over it. You can't, you can grow food. Like I try to grow food in my backyard and all that, but I know I can't grow enough food to the, on the production level of Esau, right? Where I don't got enough land to sit back and grow all this food. I don't have no cattle. I don't have no sheep. I don't have no, we don't have the resources and things of that nature to even feed ourselves. This is why we have to go to the YT man for the one of all things. This is why when Jake say they not under the curses and stuff like that, it makes no sense. When you're literally going to him, you're going to him for your cell phone. You're going to him for your internet, for your Wi-Fi, for your cellular service, right? So this is Ezekiel 4:13. And Yahawah said, Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Right? So amongst all these different nations that never kept our laws, never kept our practices, never kept our customs, they may strangle their meat, they may, unalive it in gruesome ways or whatever it may be, Okay, they don't pray over it in the name of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You have, for you women that's wearing the wigs and stuff, all that stuff, a lot of that stuff is sacrificed to idols. All right, Lord Shiva and all them Hinduism, Hindu gods, false powers. So you're wearing that stuff. It's also giving you CANCER because the chemicals and stuff that's in it, all right, a lot of it is mixed in with dead animal hair. Okay, so you if you don't research and know, then you start getting headaches, you start getting bumps on your head, you start getting all this, and you wonder why this stuff is happening. Okay, because you're not being diligent in what you're putting in your body or on your body, because your biggest organ is your skin. So what comes in contact with your skin is actually going to affect you, but Jake doesn't consider. That's why the elders have lately been talking about, man, anoint yourself. I got some oil up there. Anoint yourself. Anoint yourself every time, man. All right, especially before you go to camp. If not, every time before you leave the house. Okay, you want to anoint yourself. Even with some basic olive oil. It has effects by placing the olive oil on your head and letting it drizzle down. All right, no, it don't do nothing. It does do something. I push to individuals. I tell y'all, man, take a just put a little bit of olive oil in your bathtub, in your bath water. That right there is gonna smooth out your skin. This is what the women used to do back in the day. They used to bathe in the oils. The oil pulls and cleanses. But these are practices. These are old paths that our people no longer do. Let's go to Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith Yahawah, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. You don't want to listen to the old paths, the old remedies. Growing up in the South, we had remedies. Things that my grandma just knew to do because she learned from her ancestors, from her mother, her grandmother, right? We was about, 40 minutes from a hospital? So it ain't no, you gotta heal, you gotta help yourself right here, right? So you would have these certain remedies, how to take care of yourself. You wasn't going to the YT man. I can say my whole life, I've been to the hospital maybe 4 times. That was one time to get my tonsils out. One time because I got hurt at work in the military. And I had to go. They was like, you got to go and report that. All right. What else? Another time because I had the flu. And I don't even remember the other time. But I hate the hospital. I hate going to the YT man for anything, man. All right? But that still does not mean that I'm not under those curses. We all have to go to him for what? The want of all things. Right? Let's go there. It says Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahawah shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So, once again, what did I say earlier? The cell phones. The Wi-Fi. Even to get our beads. You got beads, you got necklaces, you got, crystals and stones. You got to go on the internet. You got to order from this man. You got to use his Amazon. He has to deliver these things to you, or your Etsy, or whatever it may be. He controls the mail. You understand? But y'all talking about y'all not in slavery. Y'all talking about y'all not ruled over by an oppressor. He is a oppressor, man. This is why he shut this man down, for him bringing out this knowledge. I'll play the video one more time for brothers that was not in here.
By telling you this. But after 19 years, I'm risking everything by telling you this. But after 19 years as a cardiologist treating predominantly black patients, I can't watch another family destroyed by a lie. The CDC says black Americans are 30% more likely to die from heart disease. They blame genetics, diet, stress. They're wrong. And I have the proof they don't want you to see. Last year, a 43-year-old black man came into my ER, chest pain, irregular heartbeat, high blood pressure. His father died at 47 from a heart attack. His uncle at 52. He thought he was next. Standard protocol says put him on statins, blood pressure meds, aspirin therapy for life. So
let's stop it right there. Therapy, aspirin therapy for life, meds for life. What is that? They want you to be dependent upon them. I'm in the process now of working my mother off of that damn diabetes insulin BS by giving her the proper foods to eat, the proper structure in her life, how to get her away and to really reoperate her pancreas. Because diabetes, your pancreas shuts down because it's too much sugar in your blood. So thinning her blood out, cleaning her blood out, pulling the metals and the sugars out of her blood, right? So I'm giving her things to eat, things of that nature, right? So it's because I know Esau wants her dependent upon them. I'd have told, hey, mom, in Jacob's trouble, man, you ain't going to be able to go to Esau and get that insulin from the hospital. So we got to get you up off of this. Because you ain't going to be able to go to these hospitals, man. Think about this. In Jacob's trouble, you're going to have to go to the hospital to get whatever type of medication you was taking, however long you was taking it. But you can't get that. Your body is going to have withdrawals. All right? Your body's going to feel weak. A lot of people are going to be unaliving people just trying to get that medicine, man. They're going to be fighting one another. The hospital is going to be a hot spot. You're going to have thousands of people gathered together at a hospital fighting one another for certain medications. Because the spells, the pharmakia, right? That witchcraft that has been placed over these people. These potions. That's what it is. All right? Let's check the comment board. Brother said, when I changed my diet and started cooking from home and using real ingredients, I started feeling better. Exactly. Cook from home, man. After this live, I'm making an omelet with some red onions and some brown onions, and probably some bell peppers and also some spinach. Throw some greens in that. I told y'all, omelets. Eggs, man. Eggs do not cause high cholesterol. All right, I don't know who put that shit out, but we could debunk that real quick. Okay, I do know who put it out. It was this YT lady. I believe it was in the 50s or the 60s. She came out and said that eggs cause high cholesterol, and everybody ran with that shit. This is why you have to go back and do the research and get the history. No, I eat 5 eggs a day. All right, 5 eggs a day. And that's because it's a very healthy, nutritious thing versus eating meat every single day. Eggs have more protein, more good protein than meat. And I make a good omelet, man. All right. So let's keep it going. I'm not really answering questions. It's not no Q&A. Okay, if you coming in here and you wanting to listen to the lesson, just listen to the lesson, brother. All right? It's not a Q&A. Okay? So, let's go to the next video. And this one, this is crazy.
If men didn't exist, the world would be perfect. It would be pretty calm and peaceful. Men ruin everything. Like, just imagine a life without men. That would be a dream come true. If men didn't exist...
Woo! Boy. Eve is not in their right mind. Okay? Eve is not in their right mind. Let's get that Micah 7 real quick. Starting at verse 7. Therefore I will look unto Yahawah. I will wait for the power of my salvation. My power will hear me. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise for the power of my salvation. My power will hear me. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise when I sit in darkness. Yahawah shall be a light unto me. I will bear the indignation of Yahawah because I have sinned against him. First and foremost, understanding that the black woman has been weaponized against you. You have to bear that. You got to bear that indignation. You got to bear that righteous anger. He has took what should be to you a pillar of rest, a pillar of stress, and the woman shall compass a man. He's took her and spent her around and made her your weapon, a weapon towards you. All right? Where you got Eve saying these outlandish statements, man. Okay? So you have to bear that. I will bear the indignation of Yahawah because I have sinned against him, because you sinned against him. We all did. Romans 3:23. Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. This is speaking about an elect man. All right? Coming into this thing and getting right. You know, and even a 2/3 individual after the lake of fire, okay? You'll be reborn, you'll be reincarnated, regenerated, and come back and actually be able to behold the righteousness, being in your right mind. Okay? Verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is Yahawah thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mirror of the streets. This is what this type of woman is going to get, man. Trodden down like mud in the streets.
The world would be perfect. It would be pretty calm and peaceful. Men ruin everything.
Men ruin everything. Okay, well, with that statement, let's see if it's biblical. You know, because I don't just talk out the side of my neck. Let's go and see if that statement is actually biblical. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 25:24. So, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So, let's let her talk one more time.
Imagine a life with men ruin everything. If men didn't exist, the world would be perfect. It would be pretty calm and peaceful. Men ruin everything. Just imagine a life without men. That would be a dream come true. If men didn't...
Woo! And you women that have the same sentiments, the same feelings that this individual is expressing, oh, you will get that dream very soon. All right? Because you denied these men. You rejected hundreds and hundreds of men. Okay? You brought in the wrong ones and rejected the right ones. Okay? This is consistent in our nation of you women. That furthermore shows that you women do not have a good thought process. Your selection, your decision making is terrible and poor. You're choosing Ray Ray, the dope dealer, over Tyrone with the good job. This is what you're doing, man. Okay? It makes no sense. I've seen it all my whole life, bro. I've seen it my whole life, man. All right? Ecclesiastes 7:26 coming from the brother Kakama. And I find more bitter than death the woman. I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth power shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet must by her. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found. So one man among 1,000 was righteous, but a woman among all those have I not found. So he couldn't find a righteous woman. Lo, this only have I found, that power have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. These women are extremely wicked, tainted, and, the weaker vessel. A weaker vessel means she's more susceptible to demons. Okay? At the end of the day. No, you're not. You're women. Okay, this sister said this. And I'll let this. I'm going to tell you right now, sister, as per my head, my order of my camp just say Shalawam and just stay in the background. But I'm going to read your comment, because you may not know. Now, the comment says, unfortunately, we need to do more connection to our brothers. We are your reflections. Okay, that would be, correct if a woman actually accepts authority, if she accepts order, okay, at the end of the day. But most of you women, as this woman is saying, the world would be better without men. Most of you women are not our reflections. You reflect the white T-man. That's what you reflect. Most of you women. Okay? Now, for the rest of the live, sister, just keep it back. Keep it in the background. If you are somebody's reflection, then listen to the individual that's speaking and that's teaching according to 1 Timothy, 2nd chapter, verse 9. This is a Bible-based live. This is a Bible-based live. So we follow the Bible over here. All right? That goes to everybody. Okay? So let's go to the next video.
Major update about snaps for November for all the 45 million recipients. We just got some very, very interesting information, as this entire picture of what is going on with SNAP benefits is not accurate as to why people will not be receiving them. The government shutdown is not why people won't be getting them. And I need you guys to like, share, comment, repost, get this information out so that we can educate people on what their choices are and were that led up to 45 million Americans not being able to receive supplemental income for.
All right, what she's about to go into is basically that the government shutdown is not connected to SNAP. SNAP is not connected to the government shutdown. This is just ultimate pettiness by your political parties, man. Okay, they're using 45 million individuals that's receiving SNAP, EBT, all that type of stuff as a bargaining chip, a bargaining plan. Now, if brothers seen that map about what states will receive SNAP and what states will not, California is still one state that's going to receive it. That's the state that I'm in. Certain states are still going to operate with it, but majority, about 40 states are shutting it down. All right, and Yahawah can find that video. I'm going to play a little bit of this, and then we're going to keep it going.
Food benefits. The thing about this administration is it is very underhanded and sneaky. While you're watching the right hand, the left is smacking you in the fucking face.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's get that. While you're watching the right hand, the left is smacking you in the face. Now, last time I checked, that sounds like a scripture. This is Revelations 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up. Now, last time I checked, that sounds like a scripture. This is Revelations 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Now, those 2 horns is talking about the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Okay? Now, for individuals that don't truly understand reincarnation, regeneration, let me show you something that's extremely, I would just say identical to that. All right. Let's take you back to Rome. All right. Ancient Rome did not have modern-style political parties, but were divided into 2 main political fractions, the Automates and the Pluraries, all right? Or otherwise known also as the plebeians and the patricians, okay? Let me go and find that real quick. Right here. All right. The patricians and the plebeians. Now, this would be the same thing as what it was stating. You have these 2 different parties. Okay. Now, this is normally really only found in Babylon. Only found with these Edomites, political parties of that nature. Other nations, what does China have? You know, China has a emperor in a sense. All right. What does Iran have? Iran has a supreme ruler. You can't unelect him. He just rules. You know? You look at these other nations, man. Okay? So this system of government is really synonymous with Rome, with the Romans. If you go into it and look into it more, it's synonymous with the Romans. And that now the other nations always had kings. That's why, as you go back to the book of 1 Samuel, us as a nation, we wanted to do that. We wanted to have a king. When Yahawah was already dealing with us through the judges. All right? It was already fine. Okay? But we wanted to be like the other nations. You know? That's always our mistake. Wanting to be like the other nations. Right? So, keeping it going, just bringing letting you understand the patricians and the plebeians, right, is synonymous with the Democrats and the Republicans. That's what's taking place. It's the same system. This is Rome. Once again, you got gladiator games, which is football, basketball, soccer. You got chariot racings, which is NASCAR. Okay, F1. You know that little fast thing they do with the. You got all this type of stuff. Drag races. I used to love drag racing as a kid, man. I used to go to the drag strip and watch it. Like, you got all this type of stuff that's going on. This is nothing but Roman sports. Okay? So this place is reincarnated. All right? Let's let her go some more.
That is what's happening to the American people. Everyone believes that the government shutdown is what is causing this lapse and even the end of all SNAP benefits. But here's what it actually is. I need you guys to know that the people who are in charge in distributing the SNAP benefits are the same people that you see of the Trump administration that are loyal to him and do his bidding. Now, I want you to listen closely to this statement from the Secretary Rollins of the head of the FDA who Trump put in place. And watch how it's a very conniving thing to say, and if you're dumb, you might miss it. Secretary Rollins made a claim that the Trump administration is unable to deliver November SNAP benefits during a shutdown. Now, the claim is being made is that there is no food stamps because the program at this moment does not exist. The agency is telling states that if they do pay out SNAPs for November, they will not be reimbursed that money. Now, the agency is saying that this month there is not enough money to pay full food SNAPs benefits in November if the lap in federal funding continues. And here's where shit gets interesting. There is a shutdown contingency plan. There is a reserve for this very reason that the people who distribute SNAP food stamps have, and it's $6 billion. That $6 billion in the contingency funds is supposed to be used in evidence like this, a government shutdown, if there's a pause in federal funding, i.e. right now. But the Trump administration is saying they will not pay it out because they want the Democrats to side with them on this health care bill that will fuck us either way. Long story.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, so let me get a precept. Understanding that they're doing this on their own account. Right? And if a brother know, what is it, man? My people shall no longer trust in the ones that rule over them, in a sense. Man, a brother posted it this morning, and I meant to write it down. But matter of fact, it's all good. I'll get another one. I think it's Isaiah 10, though. But this is Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses. Horses symbolizing power. And trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahawah. So, these people are going to be brought low. Yes. Now, what's going to be brought in, which we see coming very soon, even with Utah bringing it in, a digital ID system, if you have been paying attention. Hey, the water, bro, I think that's it. Isaiah 10 and 20. That might be the one. Isaiah 10 and 20. Yeah, the water. Hey, the water, bro. All right, Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but they shall stay upon Yahawah, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. So you have what you see is a left-handed side of us and a right-handed side. This 10 and 20 is the right hand, the remnant. We're going to say, hey, fuck them food stamps. Fuck that EBT. Fuck all of that. All right? Fuck all that SNAP, all that, you know what I'm saying? We trusted in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, as we always did. Okay? Now, if a brother is receiving that, it wouldn't be, hey, get that Allah dude out of here. It wouldn't be, wrong for you to be using the government, in a sense, to help you, right? Okay? So, like, hey, my wife was going to college and we used those loans, those things of that nature, those student loans to get by. That's how we got some food certain times, man. It's hard out here. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. Shoot. Right now, I'm trying to get a job, so shit is hard. It is what it is. So you use the world, but you don't abuse it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if we had to get SNAP, EBT, things of that nature, then boom, that's whatever, right? But ultimately, at the end of the day, we trusting in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. So going back to that Isaiah 31, and let's read it one more time. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Now, this is talking about America, okay? This is talking about going to the government. Wherever you at on this planet, you are Israelite, and you go. Let's say you in UK, and you going down to the parliament or whatever, and you asking them, and what are they going to do? Like I'm stating, they're going to bring in that digital ID system. Yeah, we going to have to be under that digital ID system for a while, but once it turns to a C-HIP, RFID C-HIP, then that's when you don't mess with it. You may have to use digital ID. We may have to use their system. Yes, we're using a money system right now. So don't be over-righteous and be like, man, I ain't using that digital ID. You might have to use digital currency. Okay? Understand that. All right? But let's read it. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses. This will be the individuals that's taking the C-HIP because you want to stay in power. You want to have some type of power. And trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahawah. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not power, and their horses flesh and not spirit. You can't box with Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You're in a carnal mindset. He's spiritual. When Yahawah shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fall together, because you have joined hand in hand with the wicked. You like this with the YT man. Oh yeah, let me get that RFID. You join hand in hand with him. You're selling your soul. Okay? You're giving that pledge to his system. I'ma still do your Christmas. I'ma still do your Halloween. I'ma still do your Thanksgiving. Okay? Etc. Etc. Alright? Now understanding this, to this individual, what is part of the RFID implant? What is? Rephrase your statement. What's part of the RFID implant? Since you want to teach us something. Come on. I don't got that much time. Digital ID. Okay, digital ID. Yes, it's the foundation. But what I'm stating is we may have to live under the digital ID system for a time frame. So don't be over righteous and say that you're not going to use the digital ID system. Okay? Understand that. As long as you don't take the C-hip, then you're fine. You know, because Romans 13 applies. All right? Yeah, Romans 13 applies. Exactly. But when that C-hip, that RFID C-hip comes, then that's when we like, no, we not with that. Okay? So if you got that understanding, then, hey, Shalawam to you. All right? Let's keep it going.
Short.
Let's play the next video I got.
Pretty bitch don't need a filter, shaking ass off that liquor. Pretty bitch don't need a filter, shaking ass off that liquor. Don't need a filter. Mari and this bitch, y'all know how I'm coming though. Fuck. Shaking ass off that liquor. We outside tonight. Get your bitches rattled. Pretty bitch don't need a filter.
All right, y'all already know what this is, man. Okay? This is, hey, and I would say 80%, 70% of our women, man. Okay? Especially Judite women, the so-called black women. Okay? Latino women as well, Native American women as well, Puerto Rican women as well, Cuban women, all you Israelite women. Okay? This is yes, it's disgusting. It's distasteful. It's a harlotry. Harlotry is being promoted and boy, at a new height. All right? So let's get a precept on it. This is 1 Timothy 5 and 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Okay? Understanding that. These women live in much pleasure. They live in much pleasure, man. All right? I had another video attached to that. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, right here. All right, Halloween season. So you women love to dress up in seductive sexual outfits, right? What is that? That shit is off. Okay? You are supposed to be modest. You are supposed to be shamefaced. Most of you women don't even know the definition of shamefaced. I don't even know if you can spell it. All right? But it's this shit has to stop. But ultimately, it's showing if you're an Isaiah 4 and 1 woman, a Proverbs 31 and 31 woman. But hey, are you choosing Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, or are you choosing the ways that the YT man has shown to you? Living in pleasure, being free, being independent, right? Play another one. All it is attention, okay? The Powerpuff Girls. Dressing up and moving in that Halloween type of spirit, all right? But women claiming that they Christians, okay? And this is nothing more than more harlotry that's being promoted in our nation, man, okay? And I could find so many examples because it is that type of season. What's the day? The 29th, I believe. So in 2 days, they're gonna be out on the streets. You're gonna have parties. You know, shoot. 2 weeks ago, it was a so-called Halloween party down the street, couple blocks, about 2 blocks down the street, and somebody got pew-pewed at the house. You know, we heard about it on the scanner calls. The cops was down there and all that. So this is what these type of spirits bring with them: death. Okay. But you want to be cute. You want to be out here. You want to dress up and be in a demonic ass spirit. What are you doing? You're channeling. You're channeling a spirit. You don't understand that you are channeling something. You're channeling death, man. This is folly. Let's get a precept. It's Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. We are the rich, meaning we're rich in spirit, we're rich in wisdom, understanding, knowledge. We have the understanding of these scriptures, the Wadi Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, right? We have the true names, okay? We have that oil, and we ain't giving it away to nobody, man, okay? Now we leading you to the water, and it's up to you to drink. We're giving out that living water, but once again, it's up to you to drink. If you don't care for it, then don't care for it. Keep it moving. All right? I'm not here to continue to yank your arm and be like, bro, you got to call on Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, bro. Hey, bro, stop reposting bullshit. Hey, bro, stop doing this. And hey, bro, stay out of them lives. I'm done. Okay? I'm not fussing and arguing with nobody no more, man. I could say in the past, it raised my blood pressure. You know, but now, hey, man, I'm playing Battlefield 6 lately, chilling out, relaxing. I come do my lives, and I'm chilling, man. I'm looking forward to my omelet that I'm about to make, man. All right? I'm not looking forward to dealing with no hard-headed ass Israelites. This is Amos 7:15, and it reads, And Yahawah took me as I followed the flock, and Yahawah said unto me, Go prophesy unto my people. Now therefore, hear thou the word, all right? Hear thou the word of Yahawah, thou sayest, prophesy not against Israel, and drop not thy word against the house of Isaac. Therefore, thus saith Yahawah, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. Now, what are our women? Harlots in the streets, man. All right? Isaiah 32, we're going to start at 9. Let's go get that. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, and give ear unto my speech. Let's go back to this.
The Powerpuff Girls were born. Blossom, Bubble, and Buttercup.
At ease. A spirit of myrrh, a spirit of partying. These women most likely don't know that they Israelites. All right? And I actually know one of these women in this damn thing. And I know she knows that I preach and teach, but has denied it. Thinks I'm a demon. You know? But hey, it is what it is. Okay? Verse 10. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. So that high-minded, independent spirit that you got on you, that spirit of myrrh, that spirit of partying, that spirit of you got your nose in the air, being haughty, Isaiah 3rd chapter, right? That right there, stripped away. You're going to be took down. Okay? Get anybody in here talking crazy. If they don't want to take the correction, then just mute them. Okay? We're not a brother. This is not a debate. This is not a going back and forth. This is not a Q&A. If you do not agree with what's being brought out, then simply leave. I don't come to your house and try to sit on your couch, bro. Okay? Amos 3:3. If you actually read the Bible, apply it. Okay? Your spirit is showing that you don't read the scriptures. All right? We're not going into it. All right? Now let's keep going. I get one more video, and then we can wrap it up. Oh, matter of fact, I got 3 more videos because they're important. So let's keep it going. And the reason I'm telling you this Leviticus 4 is because you're taking away from the lesson. You have individuals in here that's trying to learn and listen, but you're in the comments. All right, you know what? I'm going to just mute you myself. You're in the comments bringing distraction, bro. Okay? All right? This is not an open forum. If it was, it would say that. Let's go.
We have some big news right now. Corporations are announcing mass layoffs in droves. Amazon has announced that it will be laying off more than 14,000 members of its staff.
And actually, that's updated to 30,000. Amazon is laying off 30,000. And what does Amazon mostly hire? Jacob. Israelites. Right? Israelites. Now, hey, this is another example of the spirit showing. As soon as I muted him, he left alive. Because he can't get no attention. He doesn't have a voice anymore. You see, most of these guys, man, they just want 15 seconds of somewhat so-called fame. But you mute them, you shut them up, and they leave the live automatically because they're not fucking sincere, man. That's why I'm tired of it, bro. I ain't dealing with people no more in that sense. because they're never sincere. So why would I bring you up here and waste my time going back and forth? All right, let's keep it going.
Paramount has announced it will be laying off more than 1,000 members of its staff. UPS just this year has announced that it has laid off more than 40,000 staff members, and those numbers are expected to only grow as we head into the end of the year. And it's not just these three companies. More companies like Target and others are also announcing layoffs as the economy is really taking a tumble and the job market is not as strong as people would hope for. And at the same time, these companies are blaming AI for kind of taking these jobs. So you really have a perfect storm of events right now. You have these companies blaming AI to conduct layoffs. You have an economy that isn't adding new jobs. And at the end of the day, you have a job market that is extremely slowed down, and it's very difficult for a lot of Americans to actually get a job. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Spread the word. And
Booyah, booyah. All right, now let me show y'all something that I found amusing.
Ever seen anything like this? VinHub. So check it out. You scan the QR code, right? There's all the snacks. There's no employees. There are robots in here. There are robots taking your order. Oh my goodness. And they got everything. They got medicine. They got... Oh my goodness.
This is the future, bro. This is what we talking about. All right, going back to that RFID hip. You what? You scan the QR code.
Ever seen it?
What are you going to be able to do? QR codes is a part of that system. So all you would do is shook. Oh, let me get that. June. Okay, let me pay for it. Shook. Boom. Robot. You don't need humans. Robot goes and get whatever you need, brings it back, disperses it to you, right? So this is of the future. This is what we're talking about. Humans, you will not have to work, right? They're trying to bring upon that type of society. Now, you goofies in the back, because I know some goofies in the back listening. You're like, well, that's convenient, brother. That's convenient. Why are you hating on that? Because we understand what it is, man. All right? It's the beast system taking place. They're taking away all your jobs. Matter of fact, let's go to Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. Verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. When thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. What are we saying right now? Me and the brother Kakama always be saying, man. All the brothers, really, right? We don't want to be at this fucking place no more. We ready to go. We have no pleasure in Babylon, man. And that should be your spirit. That is every single brother of Great Millstone and affiliates spirit, man. All right? We have no pleasure in Babylon. This is not our rest. Micah 2:10 is resting upon our heads. Verse 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Now that's the Edomites, that's the rulers, that's the banking families, the so-called elites, those Lucifer. That's Lucifer, the Luciferians, the ones with the draconian measures that they're about to bring down upon your head. Draconian equals, real strict laws where you'll be unalive for stealing a bag of Doritos, man. Okay, this is what's about to take place, man. And we telling y'all people this, regardless if you want to hear it or not, whether you will hear or forbear. All right. So the keepers of the house shall tremble. They are terrified because they understand that the prophets are rising back up. So that means Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is about to return and save his people. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Now the grinding means work. So working is going to be low. It's going to be hard to find jobs. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right. So, man, it's a beautiful thing. Okay. It's a beautiful thing to see all of this taking place and transpiring in our time frame, because we know that the end has come, man. All right. So let's go back over there. Let's get back to the video that I had prior to that. All right, we got 2 more, and then we gonna be done. Here you go.
All right, everyone. So, Federal Reserve Bank repo operations. Basically, this is the best way to describe it. Pawn shop for the banks. This is where they go when they need quick cash. So, as you can see, the borrowing, emergency lending really started on October 15th when those paychecks didn't arrive on time for federal workers. And so it has just continued to get worse over the past few days. And so what you have to understand is you have to give collateral to get cash. So treasuries are like giving diamond rings, and mortgage-backed securities is like...
Okay, so, I'm not going to play the whole video, but understanding this is companies are borrowing billions and billions and billions from banks. So what is that doing? That's putting you more in debt with the banking families. They have you right in the position where they want you. It's hilarious when you really understand what's going on. They have formulated a shutdown. They have told them to shut down. All right. They have formulated chaos, and now they're bringing the order. So you got to go to the bully that told you that you can't get paid. You got to go to him to get money. You understand? You have to go to the one that created the problem to fix the problem. This is order out of chaos. Every single brother that teaches, you should be able to see this. This is why banks are it's going crazy. Companies are borrowing from the banking families. They fund everything. They fund all the wars. They fund all the diseases that go upon the earth. They fund all the education system, the pharmacy system. They run all of that. They have their hand in everything. All right? Once again, this is Lucifer. This is the elites, the so-called banking families. Okay? So last video, matter of fact, let's get some precepts on that just to make it more clear. All right, let's go to Isaiah 14 and 12. Now, matter of fact, we got to start up. Let's start at 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? That golden city is talking about America, Babylon. The king of Babylon is talking about DJT, Trump, which truly he's just a puppet being controlled by the banking families. Okay? Yahawah have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Right? So let's get a precept to that. This will be Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So everybody will be in a rejoicing state because the so-called YT man is done away with. All right, he's brought low. Right? What does 7 read? The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing because the king of Babylon, all right, and his counterparts, okay, are broken down, are took down. They smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. All right? The earth itself. Exactly. The trees shall cry out. Right? Everything will be happy, man. It won't be no more, like the storms. We got the biggest hurricane ever that ever existed right now, Melissa, tearing up Jamaica. Okay? That's because the earth is angry. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi has put a spirit on the earth in a sense and given Esau power to what? Control the weather, to manipulate the weather, to make it more chaotic than it should have been. If any brother was really noticing, which I was waiting for a brother to bring it out, but what happened? It was a 6.8 earthquake right around the time of Melissa. Okay? And it was reported as a surface earthquake. All right? So that lets you know that, hey, they down there most likely messing with that weather. They're using that HARP machine to make that, because it went from a tropical storm to a category 5 in 2 days, yo. That is rare. Okay? But it's letting you know, hey, most likely HARP was influencing. Okay? I'll get that Sirach 10 for this individual. Alright. Cause yeah, Sirach 10 and Sirach 10 and 1 through 5. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Exactly. Yeah, that's a great precept to Proverbs 29 and 2. Because, we are those wise judges. Yahawah, we be of that number, and Yahawashi is ultimately, over us. All right. So we are those wise judges moving in wisdom, moving with understanding. And what is that? That's fearing Yahawah. That is the beginning of wisdom. All right. Proverbs 1 and 7. Verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Now, hey, let's get a precept. Because as the judge is, so is his officers. What type of mind should you have up in you? Right? You should already know this. This is Philippians 2 and 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahawashi. So we shall think like our king. So, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So we're in the like manner of our king. And our king is in the like manner of the Father. So we are joined as one with them. If a brother could quote that precept, give it to me. It's in John the 17th chapter. All right, give me the exact verse, Baba Kashar. So we are joined one with Yahawah and Yahawashi. All right, and that's beautiful, man. That can't be understated. Okay, keeping it going. Verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahawah, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. In the hand of power is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor. Right? Now, for any individual that's like, well, why is Yahawah allowing all this stuff to take place if he's controlling everything? Let's go to Proverbs 16 and 4. Yahawah hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Right? Simple things would be explained just by reading the Bible. Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahawah as the rulers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Okay? Furthermore, let's go to Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and shall not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So you have prophecies and things of that nature that have to transpire at an appointed time. As we read in Isaiah, the 14th chapter, right? This individual, the king of Babylon, he had to come and do what he had to do. So therefore, that lets you know that DJT has to come down on you individuals. He has to send the ICN, the Border Patrol, the DHS. He has to bring these individuals down on people because he's the king of Babylon, right? He has to smote you. We have to go through Jacob's trouble, all right? If a brother got that John 17, okay, the water. Let's go over there. John 17. And that's not the one. 22. Okay. This is John 17 and 22. And the glory which thou gavest me, I have given them, that they may be one, even as we are one. So we are joined with Yahawashi and joined with Yahawah. So we are married to the Father and the Son. Understanding that. We are one with both of them. Okay? All right? So, you know, some individuals slip up on that understanding. All right? I'm going to get y'all brothers precepts, man. Then we gonna wrap it up. Wrap it up. All right, Romans 8 and 19 from the brother Kakama. And it reads, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of power." And we are that creature. We're waiting on Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi to give us that everlasting body. That's all I can think about, man. You know, I like to play video games and stuff of that nature where you have powers, you know, and when I'm playing those things, all I can think about is actually having those powers. If I'm playing Dragon Ball Z, you know, Sparking Zero or whatever, I'm thinking about doing these things. I'm thinking about, you know, having that type of energy flowing through my body, right? Watching these shows, I'm thinking about having that ability, you know, like, yo, we can't wait. You know, it's just a beautiful situation that's going to take place, right? And we comfort one another with that understanding that our reward is greater than our affliction, as the scriptures state, loosely quoting 1 Corinthians 2 and 16. "For who have known the mind of Yahawashi that he may instruct him, but we have the mind of Hamashiach." Exactly. Right? You know what I'm saying? Get that Psalm 17 and 15. And it reads, "As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness." Exactly. Yeah, you had quoted that one the other day. You know, and that's a beautiful one. All right. So we holding on to that, man. That's all we thinking about. Okay. Now we're going to play this last video and begin to wrap it up. This one, it's female tripping, man.
When you go broke, I will leave you. Figure it out.
So you're here to just bleed them dry.
Yes.
As soon as you get everything, you're off. Do you normally seek out the victims, or do they come? Is it inbound calls?
Oh, no. I never chase.
So it's never outbound.
I only attract.
Inbound only.
And if you came and talked to me, that's your fault.
Right, your prerogative. You signed up for this.
Ladies, if you try to ride or die, you will, in fact, die. Dude, don't do that no more. You look stupid.
I do want to think, and maybe this is me being optimistic, that not like 100% exclusively that will be the experience. You know, maybe there are some good dynamics still left, no?
It could be. I'm not a man hater. I don't know. I just don't like them anymore. Like,
When you say them,
like men, I don't like to date wise. Like, y'all can provide, but like, to like them, I don't know. When you go broke.
Whew. All right, and that's the same mindset of that first individual that we played, right? These women are, you know, they're on a whole nother planet, man. Okay, let's go get some precepts. This is Romans 1 and 22. "Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible power into an image made like to corruptible man, into birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore power also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves." Right? Now, furthermore, breaking that down, this woman thinks that she's wise. She thinks that what she's saying is, you know, wise, is wisdom. She said, you want to do that ride or die, you will in fact die. All right, well, where's your loyalty at? These women these days, man, that's why I tell you brothers all the time, man. All right, peep these red flags and don't just lay with something. Don't just lay with something because it looks good. All right, weigh the options. Deal with her, man. Peep how she is. You know, don't just mess with anything, bro. Because you might get caught up in this situation. This bitch is out here talking about she's making dudes victims. You know? She said, if you talk to me, it's your fault. So she already got in her mindset to destroy you. Going back to her that is my enemy. You know, she's going to see it. She's going to feel it. She is a woman living in pleasure, as we read earlier. Right? So it's just extremely wicked, the mindset of these women today, man. But it's stemming back, as we read also, the king is like the officers. Eve is Esau's damn near his sidekick. She's weaponized against her own man that's supposed to protect her. Right? Why am I going to provide for somebody I don't even like? She talking about they can provide, but you don't. All right? Kind, we can get that Sirach 25 and 16. And it reads, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Kind. You know, the wickedness of a woman is unmeasured, man. Nobody else can compare to the wickedness of a woman. Right? Let's get a little bit more of this Romans. Okay? 25. Who changed the truth of power into a lie and worshipped and served the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. And that's what it's stemming down to, is these women are becoming narcissistic. They're obsessive with themselves. All right, through all this, the birthdays, the holidays, the music, everything that they're feeding into their eye. So their eye is not single. It's not set on Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. It's more so set on confusion. It's Babel. It's Babylon, right? It's set on everything. It's set on everything that they've been taught since a little girl, even from playing with Barbie dolls, man. All right, you know. So their mindset has been shaped from the beginning. Most of them don't have fathers. Or if that, they might have a father, but he's not a strong father. He doesn't know how to rule. He's a simp. He's a victim of the woman that he chose. You know? So it all stems back to these type of things. These are toxic traits. And ultimately, it's set up for them to be how they are. You know? Keeping it going. For this cause, power gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Now, what did she say? She doesn't like men anymore. So this woman could be considered, BI. And likewise, also the man or the woman, leaving the natural use of the woman or leaving the natural use of the man, burned in their lust one towards another, men with men or women with women, working that which is unseemly and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met. You ask any man, I'm not, you ask me, all right? And I'm sure brothers would co-sign. I'm not feeling the wigs. I'm not feeling the makeup. I'm not feeling the long nails and all that type of stuff. Okay? If you want to get to that position, hey, I can help you get there by eating properly and stop taking all those chemicals and putting those into your body. They're destroying you. Right? Let's do this naturally. Let's get your hair growing naturally. Right? Let's work on your zinc if you want your nails to grow. You know what I'm saying? We can get there. I've been given the wisdom to know how to get there. Right? We're not looking for no artificial woman. So you women, and you know that men do not like these things that you do. Are you wearing those things to impress men? No, men don't care. So it's like the jealousy and the envy that you got and the competition spirit that you got towards another woman. That's what you're fueling on. You're running on. Is trying to compete with another woman because you're so insecure about your position. I don't want him to cheat on me. I don't want him to do this and do that. Yeah, man. Insecurities is another sign of toxicity. You can't come into a relationship with all those different type of bags, man. Y'all better listen to Erykah Badu. That bitch will witch her damn self, right? I'm going to get y'all brothers precepts, man, and we're going to wrap it up because this lesson has ran longer than I really wanted to go. We already got that Ecclesiastes 7 25. We already got that, so I ain't going to touch on that one again, but that's a good one. I get to Sirach 25 and 19, and it reads, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. So once again, if you brothers ain't seeing the red flags and you just, I mean, really, you shouldn't even, I ain't knocking brothers, but me, myself, I'm not attracted to this, man. All right? This shit just strikes fake to me. You know? You shouldn't be attracted to worldly women anymore. Really. You gotta get away from that shit. But it is what it is. We all got our different tastes. You know? Okay. All right, let's get that second Esdras 5, 8 through 10, and we'll end it right there. That'll be the last precept. Second Esdras 5, 8 through 10. There shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. What are those monsters? YNs, YBs, right? This woman is a monster. She's been brought forth. She's a monster. That mindset is monstrous, right? It's the mindset of a damn demon, man. Right? Y'all really just look at what she's saying, man. And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber. Amos 8 and 10. Okay? The knowledge and the understanding, Amos 8 and 11, Amos 8, you know, they shall wander from sea to sea, loosely quoting. So all wisdom is gone away, and you're searching for wisdom of the world. Being independent minded, that's wisdom of the world. Being a woman by yourself, thinking that you can make it on your own, that's wisdom of the world. Right? Verse 10, and she shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth. And that's speaking about Jacob's trouble, man. Yaquab's Tazar. That's what's taking place. If you can't see it, you know, you living under a rock, man. All right? So, hey, that's it, pretty much. I'm going to call this Yasharahla newscast. Just going into many different topics, bringing out issues and bringing out scriptures pertaining to them. So I pray that this was edifying. I ate the water to every brother that posted precepts on the board and every moderator that, you know, maintain order in the comment board. All right, the water. All right, I see my brothers up in here. Shalawam, Kakuma, Shalawam, Dev, Shalawam, Yatab, Nathana, Shalawam, Shakwaya. Shalawam to the sister, Lake of Grace. Good to see you back up in here, sister. Shalawam. Shalawam to my brother Awakawam. Shalawam Amataza. Shalawam, stay thinking different. Good to see you up in here, bro. Shalawam the Cupcake. Shalawam the JK. I saw my brother Yahawah in here earlier. Shalawam. I saw my brother Abaniah up in here earlier. Shalawam to that brother as well, man. All right, so with that being said, facing the east, all praises, glory, and honor be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Kakadash. Hey, as always, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. And shalom to the Lord's hopeful elect, Kwam Yasharahla, and a Baba Ball to this wicked kingdom. May Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi destroy this bitch yesterday. Lord willing, man, I will be out on the streets most likely tomorrow. I didn't go out Monday or Sunday due to, you know, my son having COVID and, you know, dealing with certain, I ain't saying the shit was COVID, and the shit was just a cold, right? But dealing with all that, you know. But I'm going to try to get back out there tomorrow on the YouTube. Okay, so Salakia, but we'll be out there. All right, tomorrow. All right, Yahawah Tazah. All right, so hey, with that being said, Shalawam.